We are back.
Amazing. I gotta make sure I don't make any weird faces while I'm painting, because I've filmed myself painting before, and I always have the weirdest expressions in my mouth. It's just hanging open.
The creative, the gaze.
There's something weird that happens in there. Yeah.
Do you name your pieces before or after when you're painting them?
It varies. This one is actually quite significant. It's called The Remembering Tide.
Okay.
And it's going to be kind of the title piece of my new series, I think. And it's just about this new creative and spiritual awakening that I'm going through with my art, and connecting with all of these worlds I've created already while expanding them, and also very much connecting to music with my painting. So, yeah, sometimes the title comes right away, and then sometimes it changes or it comes later.
Okay. Just gonna turn up your mic a little bit. I really like this one. Is this one part of the series as well?
Yeah, so this character has been named Zephyr. What's his last name? I forget now. I have it written down, but he's kind of loosely inspired by Lane Staley from Alice in Chains.
Love it.
But he's like this underworld rock god. So we've also been exploring this underworld, like 80s neon temple music storyline, and he's kind of the central figure of it.
Okay.
So this is one of the first paintings in this series that I'm going to do around him and his band, and has all this mythology connected to it. So yeah, I'm excited about that one too.
Love it. I love this.
Yeah, it's funny because my coworker said she had a dream of me painting a nautilus, and I was like, oh yeah, I've definitely painted nautiluses before. And she's like, well, it had a human eye, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I definitely have to paint that. So this creature has become incorporated into the storyline.
Love it. That's so cool.
And then I have
And it's a really good eye.
well, it's very, still needs work. It's going to be a little bit more realistic, but this painting is about 80% complete at this point. I think it's coming along pretty well.
I love it. You always leave it to an artist to be like, it's not fully finished yet.
Well, I would need people to know. Well, because for me, like, one thing I always tell my students is that if your work isn't looking like crap in the early stages, you're not doing it right. Like, it shouldn't look like a finished, refined piece until much later, like all the finishing touches and fine detail. That's when it all comes together. But in early stages, it's like this bottom of this painting is still very crude and rough. Like, it's just sketched in. So,
Takes a long time.
but once you're aware of the process, like, you just trust it. I'm like, okay, I know what it's going to look like, and this is what it looks like right now.
Yeah. I love it. It's the color choices is the one thing that really drew me to your artwork.
Yeah,
talking
I
about
think
earlier.
color has a lot of meaning, and I find, these kind of otherworldly colors that are inspired by the ocean are really what resonates with me.
It's quite mind-blowing, like we were saying earlier, where someone can take this thought in their head and turn it into just works of art.
Yeah, that's what I love about creativity. To me, like, the world of creativity and art and being an artist is a world where there's no limits. And I think we place so many limits on ourselves. So when I'm painting, I'm completely free. I don't have to limit myself, because with paint, the only limit you have really is your imagination and, I mean, your technical ability as well, but I keep improving on that. So.
Do you find that there's specific techniques that are your favorite?
Well, I like to, for me, I want my paintings to be very rich, and when you see them in person, you really see the richness of the layers, and I do a lot of glazing, and I really layer the colors, so there's, I will never paint just one flat color. It's always built up over many layers, traditional glazing techniques, dry brushing, and that's how I create a real depth and richness in my art.
Okay.
So yeah, I really like to build up gradually so that, you know, it's not just green, it's many different variations of green.
I always find that I see colors differently than other people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like that I see less shades.
Oh, okay. Are you like partially colorblind?
I don't think so. I just think I'm fully blind.
Okay.
No, I think I just there's things that I'll see that look blue to me, and someone's like, "Oh, that's more of a green than it is a blue."
Oh yeah. Well,
so maybe I could be
people
colorblind,
do
and I just don't know it.
Maybe. I mean, people see colors differently, but
I've
yeah,
always
that's
wondered
actually
that.
my worst nightmare is to be colorblind.
I
Like,
Can
I
you just go
love
colorblind? Is it like being blind?
I don't.
It
I
can
hope
just
not.
happen?
Well, my brother is colorblind apparently, and it's just you. That's just how you see the world. I think you're born that way. But.
My buddy Brent is colorblind to red greens, I think he says.
Mm.
But he, as an artist, has such an incredible palette himself.
Oh yeah.
But he doesn't always see the blending of the colors.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a weird how each artist will see things differently too,
Well,
right?
we're all differently abled too. You know, like I've seen visually impaired artists make incredible work as well. So.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
It's such a soothing process to watch.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy the process. I think that's why I spend so many hours painting. It's. I mean, art is definitely therapy too, as well. So I find it very therapeutic.
It's amazing watching just the amount, the little strokes that you put in bring out so much detail.
That's the thing, it's just sometimes the smallest touches of things, it's those subtleties that you learn over time that will bring a painting to life. So, but it's definitely a process of, you know, learning what works.
Also, I can imagine it's a little difficult because you're used to doing it with music.
Oh yeah, right now? Well, that's okay. I'm
Got music in the head.
We're chatting while I paint, so that's kind of the focus. I actually don't mind painting with others around. It's actually sometimes good to have a distraction. Like sometimes my nieces will FaceTime me and I'll be painting and we'll just be chatting and I'll just finish an entire painting just while we're talking because I'm just focused on talking with them and the painting just creates itself.
Do you ever feel like it comes from somewhere other than your mind? Like you're being fed these skills and images to your mind, kind of like you're a satellite receiving the information?
I've definitely had that feeling before, and especially with certain pieces, like it came from somewhere else. Like, whoa, I created that?
Because with music, when I'm writing, when I think, like I was saying with Darian's interview yesterday, is when, as a creative, when you start to think while doing it, it kind of takes away from the actual creative aspect.
Yeah, it's that whole meditation thing, because I've never been very good at meditating, but I've always thought, oh, it'd be good to be able to meditate. But to me, my meditation is painting or making music. So it's my way of turning off my brain and just being in the moment.
It's a really cool process getting to watch you do your work too.
Thank you. My vision has been getting worse over the years. I went to see an optometrist, and they're like, okay, well, you got a stronger prescription as usual, but you now have to wear magnifiers over your contacts.
Oh no.
To like really
get to the finer details.
But it's actually great because I love detail. I like getting very detailed with my work. So with the magnifiers, I could like really zoom in, and I'm like, oh, my work is becoming less impressionistic and more detailed. So
that's awesome. It's weird how those little things in life that we think may be a detriment to us end up being like our superpowers.
Yeah. Well, the optometrist was a little cheeky. He was like, now that you're older, when you're reading a menu, you might have to turn on the light on your phone. And I'm like, shut up. It's not quite there yet.
I'm not there yet. Leave me alone. I'm totally there. My eyes are terrible.
Yeah, I've always had poor vision, so. But
that gets...
Luckily, I'm not that interested in doing photorealistic art.
That looks so cool when the color starts to come out.
Yeah, it's just a process of layering.
See, that's one thing I've never fully... I'm going to pull this chair out so I can get a good shot of this. I've never fully understood the concept of layering. That's where I think I struggle the most.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the biggest things that I teach in my lessons, because a lot of people they'll draw something out and then they'll fill it in like paint by number.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the wrong way to paint. It's all about building from the background forward and creating depth and layers and building things up gradually. It's not filling in the colors to create like 3-dimension and richness. It's about building up layers of color and layers of paint. So that's definitely, it's a technique that I've really focused on and developed over the years.
I just came to life so much in the last
Yeah,
like,
a little
2
fishy
minutes.
is starting to come alive.
Trying to get it to focus in.
And the thing, like with anything, like I was like, okay, I do a lot of underwater work, so I need to be able to paint fish really well and understand fish better and their anatomy, and I have to improve painting fish. So I did spend a lot of time doing fish studies. I did a painting where I challenged myself to paint 100 different fish, some of them realistic, some of them fantasy, and I improved my skills at painting fish just by practice and study. So and I really love painting underwater things because it's all about the light. It's how the light reflects on things, and things in the ocean and underwater are also often like so colorful and bioluminescent, and I just love playing with light and color. So
that is one thing I really appreciated about the pieces that I saw that you brought to
Kelowna
After Dark. Is the one thing I remember mentioning to Meg was the lighting and how you managed to capture it really well.
It's all about the light in paintings. That's how.
There's this
with
piece on the wall is a great example of that lighting.
Yeah, I love the way light shines down through the surface of the water, and I also love how it reflects on the ocean floor.
Yeah.
It's been something that's always fascinated me. So
that ripple effect.
Yeah, I've developed a lot of different techniques as ways of representing that. Because at the end of the day, all art is abstract. Even if you're doing something representational, it's still color, just color and brushstrokes on a canvas. So just a matter of how you arrange those colors and brushstrokes to create something that's recognizable. Or not if you're doing abstract work.
Yeah, abstract was one form of art that I don't want to say I didn't appreciate for a long time, but I just didn't fully understand it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand it because the brains are like, what am I seeing? What is this? It just looks like paint smeared on a canvas. I don't understand, but it's so much more than that.
It is, and sitting down with Fiona Neal was, she does these giant abstract canvases with full body motion, and she really broke it down in a sense where I finally understood that it's the emotion being portrayed onto the canvas.
Exactly.
And you're not painting anything specifically.
Yeah, painting a feeling. And I do the same thing, but it just so happens that I build it into like representational things and mythologies and storytelling.
And I love that because I'm a total geek for cryptid animals and
Oh yeah.
the unknown. And,
Yes.
right? So
Exactly.
I love that you incorporate them in as well.
Well, I can really relate to these creatures, you know, as a outsider, like Bigfoot.
Just trying to get this locked in a little so I can get a nice solid shot of you working.
Yeah, so I usually get the painting to a certain point. I work my way down, and then I go back at the top, and I keep adding. And
Will you start with the one color and just work your way down?
I always do the background first.
Or sorry, when you're adding highlights, I noticed that you pulled out like that white or green that you used on the face for that one, and then went to the fish, and then also bounced back from the top.
Yeah, and I mean, when I'm doing a painting like this that has a lot of elements, I try to move around so the colors, you know, so it's not like very different colors for every creature.
Okay.
So there's some consistency in the piece. So I do hop around a bit.
I love it. It's cool to see. And for me, it's like wondering how your mind's working as you're looking at it. Like, oh, okay, this finger needs lighting here, or it's crazy to watch an artist in the moment versus getting to see the final product.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I always try to share because I think it's something people can appreciate and should, is because, like I say, the process is very important. So I often share my process on my socials and stuff like that, because that's the part that I enjoy the most, is the creation of it, seeing it come from nothing into a finished piece. So.
Have you ever gone like live from your socials while painting?
No, I share on my stories. I just can't be bothered a lot of times. I've done some painting videos and stuff like that on YouTube. I did do some live streamed painting things before, but you know, it's if I'm doing it by myself, it's a bit of a nuisance setting up the camera and
Totally understandable.
all of that. So that's why it's great to have someone film, because I don't have to do that side of things.
For sure.
Starting to come together. I've been working on this piece slowly because I have like 3 or 4 other ones I'm working on right now too. So.
Do you bounce back and forth between them as your inspiration wanes from one to the other?
Yeah, and it keeps it fresh. But right now there's so many pieces I want to create, so I'm also being a little bit like, okay, I need to work on multiples at the same time to be able to keep up with my imagination.
I really appreciate the way the light's coming from the top of the page or the canvas down.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more highlights and lighting in here, and then there's going to be this like mysterious, like eerie green light coming from the violin forming into this figure.
Okay.
So lighting is definitely something that I love playing with art. And it brings drama, and it just brings things to life.
It really brings a life to your paintings as well. I
Well,
don't see in a lot of other people's.
That's really what defines form, you know, in the 3 dimension is light and shadow. So I just like to take it to the next level and really play with that a lot. And light up certain things, and like some things I'll add more shadows to bring them back, and certain things will come forward, and helps to play into the storyline as well.
I love how creatives create these stories and backstories to their artwork.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's like a personal mythology, and it's you know, humans have always been into storytelling, but to me, it's also like every single painting has so much meaning to me personally that a lot of the meanings and stories I never tell, but some of them are more universal than others.
I think that's relatable, especially as a musician, because a lot of the time when we're writing a song for ourselves, for example, it's interpreted totally different by the people who are listening to it.
Yeah, and it always will be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is fun to know what the artist intended to and their story and everything.
It's so stunning.
It's coming. It's getting there. It's always one thing. The reason I like to rotate paintings too is that it's important to take breaks and to step back from things so you can see it clearly. Because if you're just focused in for hours, you might not be seeing it properly. It's really important to step back. So
yeah, I can understand that.
Even like physically stepping back, but also like, taking a moment and working on something else is equally important. I want to work on these little pleco guys a little bit more too. I've recently started incorporating these plecostomus fish into my paintings, which they do have personal meaning to me, and they just kind of are taking over some of my paintings. I'm working on these guys too.
Plecos are awesome.
Yeah, I've had 2 die recently because my angelfish killed them. So.
You have a fish tank here?
Yeah, in my room I do.
That's awesome.
So they're kind of like the spirits of my little lost pets. I really want to get a new one, but I'm worried my killer murderer angelfish is going to kill them again.
So you usually start with your rough idea of where you're wanting things.
It's very much about starting off very rough and loose. And to me, I really enjoy working that way because being rough and loose and expressive is where, the whole joy of painting could come through. That's what abstract painters love, is just mark making, laying the paint down. And I get to still enjoy that while gradually working towards creating something that's more realistic. So it always starts loose and messy, and then it gets refined as I move forward. And that's what I enjoy is, creating a representational painting that still looks like a painting, that you see the brush strokes, you see the mark making, but it's still very detailed and realistic at the same time, which to me, that's why I prefer, old school traditional painting by hand versus digital art, because the artist's hand is visible.
That is one thing, and especially in some of these bigger pieces, or not bigger pieces, these older pieces, and other ones from series, you can see if I can get a better shot of it. The amount of detail that goes into it. The amount of strokes is just...
There's a lot of texture too. I love when you look at a painting that you see it's a painting.
It's definitely... The paintings you do they're colorful and intricate. Didn't even notice there was a fish in that one until just now.
Yeah, I try to get as many fish as I can in those underwater paintings because the ocean is just so full of life. It's funny because people always look at my art and they're like, oh, are you a diver? Like, why do you paint the ocean so much? And I'm like, to me, the ocean is the planet. Most of the planet is water. It's like what gives us life. It's so essential to everything. And there's so much meaning in the ocean. So to me, it's not just about the oh, I'm a diver, I'm interested in coral reefs. It's more so the meaning behind the ocean and the significance of it. And I also try to bring a little bit of reminders to myself and everybody about the state that the ocean is in right now due to our abusing it.
I guess it's a valid point. I never even thought about that. It's a great way to.
Well, because I dove deep into researching the ocean for my art, and then I was heartbroken by realizing that the ocean is in pretty dire straits these days
Yeah.
because of human beings. And that's when I say the ocean, like the ocean makes up most of our planet, so it's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Not to be a downer, but
No, it's a very valid point, and I think that a lot of people we're so focused on the day-to-day grind because
Yeah,
that's how we have to that we
that's the
kind of
thing.
forget the bigger picture sometimes.
yeah. And to me, it's important. It's all connected, you know.
Kind of what I was saying earlier, like as artists, it's our job and our duty to be the ones who say the things that people don't want to say,
Exactly.
whether it's through paint or music
Let's
or
take
acting.
let's take care of the ocean. It's not just a pretty place. It's much more than that.
It's my biggest fear. I think that's why I'm captivated by your artwork.
Yeah, there's that irrational fear of the unknown and the deep and what lurks underwater. And I mean, it is pretty terrifying because we don't even know the half of what's down there, and
Yeah.
a lot of those things can and maybe would kill us. But yeah, that's been part of my process of diving into the ocean, is facing those fears and going into the unknown and the subconscious and the deeper aspects of self. So it's all very symbolic to me as well.
It's kind of captivating to see the little amounts that go into bringing up these layers, but the detail, just every little stroke makes it pop out just so much more.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I enjoy now, is that I no longer stress about what it looks like right now. I enjoy the process because I know that with every brushstroke it's going to get closer to my intended vision. So I could create with joy rather than criticizing what it's looking like in its current state. I mean, there still needs to be a bit of a critical eye, just to make sure that, you know, for the quality of the piece and everything, but it's not my main focus.
And it's kind of the reason I think I love paint so much is if you do make that mistake, you can fix it.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, acrylics are so forgiving because they dry so fast, so I'm never worried about making mistakes. And, you know, Bob Ross's happy accident thing is very true as well, so I don't get too worried about those things. And that's one thing I really work hard on with my students, is like training them to let go, that they're constantly worried about making a masterpiece, and that's not what it's about.
Fair enough.
If they keep doing it, I'm sure they will make some masterpieces, but you can't be obsessed with that every single time.
That's a good point. I think as creatives, we're kind of forced to think that we're inevitably gonna make a failure, and I find that a lot of the time those mistakes end up being like the ones that are the most loved.
Yeah, it's true. And it's funny when sometimes, like, one of the pieces you hate the most is somebody's favorite and stuff like that. It's also subjective, right?
Yeah.
You might be obsessing over like the technical aspect of a piece, and somebody else just feels the emotion or likes the colors, or there's something. Art resonates with every single person differently, so.
It definitely does. And that's one thing I really appreciated about the first, I can't remember which piece it was that you brought.
To Kelowna After Dark? I
Yeah.
have them in the hall.
Oh, they're in the hall.
Yeah.
Some of them are just like, the intricacies in it was, the colors caught me at first, but then I sat and took a couple minutes before you went on to set for the show. And yeah, it's incredible work. And I think that it needs to be seen.
Thank you.
Like, all art needs to be seen, but like what you're pulling off is super unique. And it's got like such a cool vibe to it.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm really grateful for is people often say that they're like, you know, they see my art as very unique and they see my individual style. And to me, that's a huge compliment. Like, because I would never want my art to look like somebody else's.
I've never seen anything that looks like what you do. No, hands down, I've never.
Yeah, that's the best compliment I could ever get.
And like getting to see the amount of work that's in the house too is mind-blowing.
It's years and years worth of painting. And I plan on continuing my career as an artist until I die. I don't plan on retiring, so I got to keep selling it.
Right? How can you retire as an artist?
Yeah,
That's
I think
the
you just
thing.
keep getting better. Like, I think about how, like, the Japanese artist Hokusai, like, he made his most famous piece when he was, like, in his 80s or something. So,
That's kind of crazy.
yeah. It was from a lifetime of devotion to his practice that he was able to get that skill to create a piece that the whole world knows now. Like his waves that are so famous. So,
it's one thing I always wonder when I look at people I meet through the show and seeing their artwork and the creative aspects that they do. It's like, in 100 years, who knows if the painting that I'm watching get painted, it becomes the next Da Vinci painting or Picasso painting, or you know, like in the future.
well, there's that whole cliche of artists not getting known until after they die. But
100%.
That's the thing. I've never been interested in fame as an artist. It seems like we're encouraged to be like being famous is the goal if you're an artist, but to me it doesn't seem very appealing. It's more so I want my work to be recognized. I want to be able to continue to pursue a career as an artist, and those are more important goals to me than fame.
Which is a good core belief to have. One thing I've struggled with as a musician for years, and why I took a big break from music, was that misconception of what I wanted versus what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I thought I should do versus what I initially want.
Yeah, I mean, we get things that are put in our heads by society, and we sometimes believe those things, but then we have to reevaluate.
And it's nice to just, I think that's why I'm enjoying the process too and getting to watch it, because I feel like when I'm painting, I'm always so rushed and I don't take a moment to embrace the moment.
Yeah, you got to. It's like, what's the point otherwise if you're just doing it thinking about the outcome? Like, life is short, we got to enjoy the process as well.
It's incredible just watching the colors pop out.
Yeah, well, acrylics dry very dull, so that's another reason that I really have to layer things.
Oh, okay.
Because they tend to dry a little bit duller than oil, so, you know, if something looks very bright, it won't be as bright when it's dry, so then you have to go back and do more highlighting, but after so many layers, it really pops, so it's worth it.
On average, how many hours are you putting into per painting?
People ask me that all the time.
I can imagine, and
it's just hard to I don't time it usually, but I mean, this is a small piece. So I've been working on it at least a few days now. I'm very fast because I know my techniques and I know what I'm doing. So I feel like I could actually create a painting very quickly, but there's a lot of hours. It's always days, weeks, months. A larger piece, weeks, months sometimes. So as far as hours, I'm not so sure, but...
Is it ever hard for you to let go of those pieces when they sell?
No, not anymore, because I produce so much that I'm like, it brings me a lot of joy to sell my art, and also I need the space. So take it away. And I document all my work really well, so I still have it.
That's awesome.
I don't need to have the physical paintings. I think that's why a lot of artists like really overprice their work because they don't actually want to sell it.
I never thought about that. That's actually, yeah. I have a hard time putting a price on myself.
Yeah, I mean,
as an artist.
It's something I've kind of learned over. Actually, it's funny. We just mentioned Anne Tournay. She kind of like mentioned a formula for pricing art that I've used sometimes now by square inch.
Oh yes, she was explaining that to me.
And it works. It's good for explaining to people like why piece is what it is price wise.
People don't get that. I think that's also why a lot of people are very hesitant to buy artwork, is they think, oh, is it worth that much? But like, you'll go out and spend a couple $100 on drinks and a dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend it on a piece of artwork that you're going to appreciate for your life.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have been fortunate that I've been selling my art for many years. So, but it's not the goal at all. I really believe that if you start trying to make art that you think people are going to buy, then your art is going to really suffer for that. So, because I've found that when I make art that's genuine and really comes from me, then people see that. They see that it's authentic, and that's what makes them want to buy it. Not that I'm painting something that I think people will want to buy.
That's totally fair.
Because where do you really know what people want to hang on their walls? It's really personal.
It is, and that's one thing, is I will always try to find, or at least support, an artist. Because I won't interview somebody if their artwork is something I'm not fully behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not to sound rude, but it's like,
no,
if,
like you have to believe,
if I see something that's magic, I want to talk to you about it.
Believe in what you're representing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as artists, we appreciate that art. It's important to support other artists, and I do that too. I do it by getting tattoos, because I have no wall space. I get tattoos, I go to concerts, I buy records, things like that.
Have you ever drawn any tattoos for anybody, or designed one?
Well, I've designed a lot of mine.
Oh, okay.
But then I asked the artist to put it in their own style. Like, I designed this one after my grandmother died as a tribute to her, and then he put it in his style.
That's awesome.
Most of my, I would say like at least half of my tattoos
You've designed.
because I'm an artist, obviously I have a concept of what I want, and sometimes I'll be just like do whatever, but usually for a tattoo I like to have a bit of involvement with it.
Totally fair.
But at the same time, it's a fun way to support other artists, I find, getting tattoos.
I have an addiction to the feeling of getting tattooed. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely therapeutic. It's expensive, but...
Yeah, I got lucky. I've never had to pay a dime for any of the ones on me right now.
What?
So.
Is your wife a
No,
tattooist?
my daughter's mom is a tattoo artist.
Oh my God.
She is a really talented artist as well, but
So lucky.
she's got a really unique style that I really like to wear. A lot of tattoo artists, I didn't get tattoos for about 30 years.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find artists that I wanted their artwork on me, I guess.
Yeah, it took me a long time to finally commit to getting them, but once you start, you don't stop.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I get to sit down on Thursday with a tattoo artist, and he does these giant back pieces, and they're so intricate. Nice. So I get to sit down and watch him do a client.
Oh, that's exciting.
On Thursday.
What artist is it?
His name is Ryan Scarpino, I believe.
What studio is he with?
It's just, he owns a studio. I can't remember what the name is at the moment.
There's so many tattoo artists in Kelowna these days.
There is, and it's such as a person who loves artwork and creative people, tattoos is one that I cannot wait to sit and talk to, because as painters and drawers and musicians, we can make mistakes.
Yeah, I know. It's a very intense art form, and your creativity is causing pain. So it's...
I never thought of it that way, yeah.
I mean, it's pain that is asked for, but it's still... your marks that you're making cause pain, so it's a different...
Yeah, there's so much to it, like the depth that you have to go in, and the amount of water or whatever you're doing to take down the pigment.
Yeah, I admire the skill for sure in tattoos.
Yeah.
That's why I've become a bit of a addict myself.
right? Is intriguing, the body being a canvas.
Yeah, well, that's what it is for me, because I'm like, well, I definitely cannot have no wall space, so you could put your art on my body.
Yeah, that's a great way to say it too. I love getting to watch this fish on the bottom right.
Yeah, he's come together. He's
It
a
just came to
cute
life
little
in the
pleco.
last like 5 minutes.
He's starting to come together, yeah. And I usually get it to like a certain stage like this, where it's still like 80%, take a break and come back, and then it just comes to life. And then finally, it's still, there will be finishing touches on everything, but the painting's coming along.
It is definitely, you can see how long of a process it becomes. And
Yeah.
how you can get lost in it for hours.
I do.
Like, I can imagine you getting lost for like 6 hours.
Oh, that's why.
at a time,
that's why I quit working at the studio, because I just felt like, even though I was in a creative environment, teaching, selling my art, and even painting at work, I still was not getting enough hours for me to paint what I wanted to paint, because it's you got to have the time. So, and that's always been the thing for me. Like, I'll sooner sacrifice having extra money than not be able to paint. And it's much more important to me to have time to paint.
As an artist who makes a living off of your art, does it, well, I guess you've mentioned that you don't really have that, per se, a writer's block. But are there times where you feel that, I guess it would be based off your sales are done well. So I guess that question would be a valid question. So.
There's always the inner dialogue that, oh, is this art too out there? Are people going to be interested in it? But I don't give a fuck.
That's a great way to be.
It's just the way I am, you know. Like, I've been doing drag for 15 years, and it's something that nowadays so many people like look down on drag artists, and there's so much negativity and everything like that. But I'm like, this is who I am. Like, I don't care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm lucky because I've always been kind of a freak. I've always been bullied. I've always been an outsider. So I don't have that deep need for approval from society. I appreciate the, you know, when people like what I do, and that when I get respected and praised for what I do, but it's not my motivating factor. And that's, like I said, that's one reason I stepped away from being so much in the public eye at the studio, because you feel people's perceptions starting to shape what you're doing, like thinking, oh, well, maybe if I paint something, you know, more appealing to the local people, that, you know, I will sell it. Like, when those thoughts start to creep in, to me, that's not okay.
No, I can understand, yeah. It's definitely a challenging a lifestyle, being an artist and building your entire career, your life, around something that you love is very vulnerable. And it puts you in a very vulnerable situation, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the fact that you've made it is a huge testament to your skill, your resilience, your undying love for what you create, whichever art form that may be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, for me it's just been like, I don't have any other choice. It's just do or die, because I can't see myself doing anything else at this point.
Which is, I think, super inspiring. That's one thing I'm a heavy advocate for, is like being a parent myself, and growing up as a musician. I was always told, like, you're never going to make it as a musician.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you always have to have a backup.
Yeah.
Or go to school. Yeah, like, don't quit your day job. And it wasn't until I realized, like, this is what I meant to do, and there's nothing else that I was put on this planet for, that it really started to just fall into place. And I think that if we encourage creatives and children and younger people, not even necessarily younger people, even older people who want to pick it up, to be creative, that there's nothing negative is going to come out of being creative.
No, what's the worst going to happen? You're going to make some art, like,
Exactly. Whether or not you intended it or what it comes out as, but like, I definitely can understand how creating your artwork has created, I don't want to say necessarily a safe place, but it has become like
Oh,
the ocean is,
it's my haven. It's
yeah,
definitely my,
right? Like that.
the world is a scary fucking place out there. So I like to dwell in my own inner worlds and kind of deal with reality that way. It's definitely it's an escape, but it's my way back into the world too.
Yeah, I love it, right? And that's kind of, as we were talking earlier, I think that being creative is like it's our duty to almost be controversial. Whether or not it's a controversial painting or the way we think or what we're writing, right? But it's
Yeah, well,
expression.
in a world that only values money, being an artist and being someone who values creativity before anything else is controversial. Because we're told that, you know, the biggest aspiration you can have is to be rich and to have more than others. That's what we're raised to believe in our society. So when you're an artist, it's quite a different just life philosophy. It's about valuing creativity and versus just like making money and having things. I've had success. I have things. I own my own home, but the reason I'm especially grateful is because it's given me the freedom to be able to create.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's if you're not going to invest in yourself, no one else will.
that's true.
Right.
That's very true. Yeah. I mean that's why I've had to become very self-sufficient. You know, and that's why I value being self-employed, is because at the end of the day, everybody is very much in our world today about themselves and about their own survival, which we have to be. Yeah. So if you're not going to do it yourself, no one is going to do it for you.
No, that's a very true thing. And I think you brought up a very important point about, I'm trying to just retrace it. It's escaping me. It left my brain. Terrible ADHD.
Okay.
It's
come and go.
The way about living life. Oh, success. There's one thing that in the last 2 years of my life that I've had an epiphany in, is that success isn't based off money and fame. Success is doing what you love and doing it. Like living off of what you love, that is success.
There's nothing more satisfying than that deep emotional satisfaction of living your dream, like creating what you want to create. Like that feeling is so much bigger than the feeling of having some extra cash.
Mm-hmm.
This money comes and goes, and I've learned, you know, if you let it flow, it keeps coming. But to me, there's nothing more satisfying than that feeling of, yes, I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it's quite amazing to get to sit and talk daily with people who follow their dreams and inspire the next generation to follow their dreams, right? Because like this came out of your mind. This is like that's what blows me away, is that you think of these magical places and you can put them onto canvas so that people can embrace it and enjoy it. And it's just such a magical art form that, I don't know, I love it.
Well, you know, it's a cliche, follow your dreams, but you have two choices: follow your dreams or just follow the herd, you know, do what society tells you need to do. And I've learned that anytime I've followed that other path, it's not taken me to the right place. It hasn't brought me happiness or joy or satisfaction, and it's brought quite the opposite. So yes, that whole follow your dreams, be brave, do it.
Fair enough. I'm gonna take a quick run through of these
Yeah, feel free.
get some photos and shots of these incredible paintings that you do before we wrap up. 'Cause
Sounds great. This was
I
fantastic.
want to see I want people to embrace it. I've been staring at this one for the last little while now.
Yeah, that one is an older one that I still am actually not happy with, but it looks okay from a distance. It still needs some work.
I think it's stunning. Is it a portal?
Yeah, I do a lot of underwater portals. Dream portals.
I love it. It's absolute. I want that in my studio. I might have to buy that off you when it's finished. Because that is beautiful.
Just needs some finishing touches, I think.
I love having artwork in my room. I have one of Brent's pieces. He's an artist we did last year. I bought one of his pieces because it reminded me of the forest fires.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like the way it looked like when the fire jumped the lake. A couple
Yeah,
years
that
ago.
was crazy.
It reminded me of that. And I was astonished at how he managed to capture it, even though he doesn't go into anything thinking of it. And I really like that there's elephants in this one.
Yeah, elephants are kind of a recurring motif. It's funny, my friend who's a DJ and producer, he told me that I remind him of an elephant. I was like, oh, I love that, because I love elephants. There's elephants everywhere in my house. And so, yeah, the elephant thing has come in a bit recently with music production.
It is absolutely incredible. I'm going to turn this around so that we can... I want to thank you
Thank
for doing
you.
this. This has been absolutely incredible. You guys make sure that... fix that a little bit. Make sure you guys check them out. How can they find you on social?
So it's all Shannon Lester art, both on Instagram and Facebook. And my website is shannonlester.com.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you again for doing this. It's been
Thank
incredible.
you.
I'm Robb O'Day, and this has been StoryHive On Location Kelowna. We catch you guys next time. If you'd like to be on the show, there will be a QR code that you can scan, and it'll send you to a form that you fill out, and we will get you on the show as a guest.